Hey guys, hope you had a great day. I'm going to go ahead and get this started by reading the definition of optimism. Hopefulness and confidence about the future or the successful outcome of something. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into the quote of the day to get us thinking about the word optimism. Cultivate optimism by committing yourself to a cause, a plan, or a value system. You'll feel that you are growing in a meaningful direction which will help you rise above day-to-day setbacks. The word optimism is something that I needed today. Today seemed like there was a lot of setbacks, a lot of challenges, a lot of situations where it really pushed me to my limits, where I had to take a lot of time and actually think about each situation. And as these situations started coming about, I could see that frustration coming on, that anger coming from in the inside of me. And what I did was I started thinking about that. Before I got angry, before I got upset, I really spent time to start thinking about what's happening and how I'm going to react to it. There's a lot of opportunities for me today to get upset and lose my cool, but I didn't. I think I did pretty well, and I'm proud of myself for the way I reacted to some of the circumstances or things that were happening around me today. And with that, going through the day, the word optimism really kicked in, because when you have a challenging day or you're going through something, it's optimism, it's hope that things are going to get better. I know they are. I've had a couple really great days. I really have. And this was the first one. It hasn't been that often lately that I've been having these types of days. But today put me in a different mindset. It really started making me thinking about optimism, because as I was going through that and the challenges of today, all I could think about is, it's okay, Greg. It's okay. This is just one day, and you got to remember that tomorrow's a new day. A new year's coming up. An hour from now is going to be different than it is now. And it's all about picking yourself up sooner than later. You can get into a situation or go through a struggle or have a problem, and you can decide how long you're going to be down, how long somebody else is going to bring you down, how long a challenge is going to keep you down. And that's what I was really thinking about as I was going through some struggles and situations today when I started getting upset. And all that kept popping in my head was, don't let this get the best of you. Don't let this get the best of you. Right now, the devil's really, really fighting you, Greg. And I think that's because I'm doing this vlog and I'm trying to help and encourage others. And I know that's when he fights the strongest. So I just kept telling myself, it's okay, Greg. It's okay. You can overcome this. This isn't going to determine the rest of your day. And it did. There was a couple of situations that kept me down, but I try to keep it within reason of how long I was worrying about that problem. How long I was going to reflect about the negative of what was going on instead of looking at the positive. And I think that's what happens is we get into these mindsets of things are really bad, or why do these things keep happening to me? And then all of a sudden we're stuck in that mindset of believing that this is what it is. This is what the rest of my day's gonna be like. It's just gonna be a bad day. I may as well tuck in my shell, kind of hide away. And I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think that is when our true strengths, our true colors show, is when you go through something bad or a challenge, it's how you react to it. And with that, I've had challenges in the past or things that would happen to me, and I would allow that to continue for days or weeks or even months of feeling down or kind of feeling bad for myself. And at the end of the day, it's like, eventually I'm going to have to get out of this. Eventually I'm going to have to overcome this. Eventually I'm going to have to siphon through everything that's going on, determine the problem, determine what it is, where it's at, and overcome it and move on, because that's what we need to do. And with optimism, what I always think about is that things are going to get better. Things are always going to get better. I don't worry that often about, is this going to affect me for the long term when something that's out of my control happens. And that's when I think studying, reading quotes. I mean, I'm a fond believer in quotes. There's nothing in the world that I've come across that can change your thoughts as quick as a quote. You can go through something bad, your mind starts racing, one thought leads into another, then another thought and another thought, and then you're down a rabbit hole, and then you sit back a couple hours later like, how did I even get to this point? Where are these thoughts even coming from? And we need to break that. And with optimism, I always have hope that things are going to change, that it's going to be for the short term. A lot of the difficulties or challenges that we go through are for a small period of time, and it's how we react to those challenges. I've seen it with so many people in my life where they go through something, and that's one problem will make their whole year bad. They just can't get out of that train of thought. They can't stop thinking about that negativity or what happened to them. And they think about all the reasons why this happened to them. Why is this happen to me? Or why did this happen? Or why did this happen to somebody I love? And when you think about it like that, it's like, how many times have we all gone through that, where we've ran into a struggle or a challenge and we've let it affect us longer than we should have? And that really weighs on my heart, because there was many years where that happened to me, where I would have challenges and it would just overtake me. It would consume me to a point where I wasn't hopeful. I wasn't optimistic about the future. But as I started going along, I realized that I'm the one that can change this train of thought. I can always have hope. I can always have optimism that this is for the short term. And I look forward to tomorrow. When days like today, I did overcome a lot of those challenges, but I can tell you one thing, I'm definitely ready for tomorrow. Same with this year. I've had a lot of struggles, a lot of loss. I've touched on it before. I lost my brother, my best friend. I loved him more than anything, and it was tough. That was one determining factor of why this year was tough. It was a challenge. It still is, trying to cope with it. But that is why I'm looking kind of forward to a new year. I know it's kind of silly that a new year is just a day on a calendar. It's just a number. But I think there's more to that. I think a new year can give you hope. And we're so close to being in a new year. So I hope that you're optimistic about what the new year is going to bring, because I definitely am. I know that this new year is going to be amazing. It's going to be great. I even know tomorrow is going to be great, because I was able to overcome my challenges today. And when I go to bed tonight, those are not going to be my last thoughts of why everything happened to me today. My last thoughts are going to be, tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day. Tomorrow is going to bring something amazing. Tomorrow could be the start of something new. Tomorrow could be new thoughts or new ideas that could change the course of my life. And I have hope in that. That gives me hope. That makes me optimistic about the future and tomorrow. And I hope this relays to somebody out there. I feel like it does. I feel like we all go through these problems, but we have to have hope and know that tomorrow is going to be better, that an hour from now is going to be better. And if we could just challenge ourselves to not let certain situations get to us or get the better of us, because we're bigger than that, we're stronger than that. And with that one, I hope you guys had a wonderful day, that this can hopefully, if you're going through something, that you'll be able to break that mindset and start thinking positive and be optimistic for tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great night, a blessed night, and I will talk with you tomorrow.